Hello Mark, hello Transport Evolved. I'm not in the studio today. Basically I've done this before my kids have come home, so therefore I have lots more light and availability. And I'm sitting next to the outside. It's lovely. I hope you had a really good weekend, Mark. I had a pretty good weekend. I, like you, did some work. I think you probably put more work in than I did. I did tell you not to do anything for Transport Evolved. Over the weekend I worked a bit on Friday and I worked a bit on Sunday and Monday. I planned the route that I'm going to be taking with my friend Adam on the Wave. And I've managed to get from Bristol all the way to nearly the east side of Belgium without needing anything other than CHAdeMO quick chargers. And it's somewhere around 500 and some kilometres at the moment. So that's going to be a long drive on the first day. I also saw the photograph you posted, Mark, in a private chat we had the other day of the seafront, and it did look like you were having a very good time, even though you were having to work. EV road trips through America, totally get you with that. I would love to do a really long road trip through America, and of course there's the BC to BC happening again, I think the third time this year, so British Columbia all the way to Baja, California. It's like 1,500 miles in an EV, and that's taking place in August. I would so love to do it, but I don't think we can get there. If someone could like send my whole family over there and I could do it as a family, I would totally do it tomorrow. American rail journey in an EV, that would be pretty cool. But I mean, obviously one of the things about the railways are that they can go through some really, really beautiful, completely deserted parts of the US, and you couldn't do that in an EV because you'd be wanting to stop and charge. Even in a Tesla Model S, you'd struggle in places like Utah to make that happen. I think we should do a road trip here in the UK. We should do a Land's End to John O'Groats. Maybe this autumn or maybe next year once the new charging stations are up. Go from John O'Groats to Land's End, or maybe the other way around. Maybe that's the thing we should do. Or alternatively, we could like do a four-corner trip in a Model S. So visit like the westernmost point, the northernmost point, the southernmost point, and the eastmost point. Where did I go in an EV? I went all the way to Norwich and back in a single day, but I went in a range extended EV, and I looked up the stats before I pressed record, and sadly, I have to admit we did 70 miles in electric only mode, and the rest, that's a train. I live by the train lines. The majority of our trip was done in gasoline mode, I'm afraid to say, in the Volt. So I'm feeling a bit guilty about that, despite getting like 100 mpg over the course of the trip. But still, will you all forgive me? But we did see a Model S, and we did see a Model S supercharger, not at the same time, although they were at the same site. But on the way out I spotted them, and then when we coming back, stopping at the same place, which is South Mims by the way, I saw a Belgian Model S. I didn't see their owner. I didn't really make any epic EV trips, as you can tell, but Bjorn Island in Norway went all the way from Oslo to the North Cape and back to Oslo again, apparently this weekend. It was about a 3,000 mile round trip. 1,000 miles of that covered by superchargers, and the rest of the time, apparently he was just going to stop at people's homes where they've got three-phase, 400 volts, three-phase, and charging there, you know, from fellow Model S owners and shopping centres, which is, you know, wonderful because the ubiquity of three-phase on mainland Europe is brilliant. Over here, we don't really have it. It's on the street, but it's not wired, and it's so frustrating. But what do I want to talk to you about today, Mark? I want to talk to you about range versus price. Essentially, people are saying the only way that mainstream buyers are going to buy an EV is if you increase the battery capacity of EVs. But at the same point, you add extra cost. So adding those extra batteries to make the Nissan Leaf go 150 miles will increase the cost. My question to you is, what's more important? Is it more important that EVs can go further per charge to you know, cater to the needs of those few trips when we do need to go long distance? Or do we just go, okay, most of the time we're making short distance trips, we don't need the extra capacity, and we'll just put in more rapid charging stations? So what would you rather have, range or price? Would you rather have a cheap EV that doesn't go as far, or would you rather have an expensive EV that goes a long way that you might not be able to afford? Be interested to see what you think, and I'd be interested to see what everybody else thinks at home. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow, which is, believe it or not, hump day. Take care, Mark. Take care, Transport Evolved. Bye.